Guys, it's World of Random, and I'm back after very long. I haven't uploaded for about 1 or 2 months. I don't know when it last uploaded, but I've been so busy, so I couldn't get the chance. But today I did get the chance, and I just wanted to share to you that I'm writing a book called Lost and Forgotten. So, Lost and Forgotten is this book that I'm writing about a set of triplets, not three triplets, a set of triplets that got separated at birth, and how all three of them are living in different lifestyles. So the first one is living in a very rich family filled with business tycoons. The next is just a normal middle class family, like your average family. And the third is living in a family that has been stuck in war, and they all meet in New York City. So the first comes because of her parents getting divorced. The second one comes because her father gets a new job. The third one comes as a refugee from war country. So the first character, her name is Vienna. She comes from Los Angeles because her parents get divorced. Next is Akshara Paul, who comes to America because her father, Dave Paul, gets a job in New York City. She comes from Chennai, India, so she had to travel across the world. And next, I haven't figured out her name yet, but she is from Iraq, and she's trying to escape the war in Iraq. Her father already did, but her mother and her other siblings have still yet to come. So we're gonna see their journey on how they come to America and how the three of them meet. And also, I'm gonna try to put in the point of view of the mother who actually had them, but then had to give them up because she was actually. I'm thinking about making her a teenager when she had them. So due to because she was a teenager and she's still going to school, she didn't want to have that responsibility, so she put them up for adoption. Well, all three of them should be living the same lifestyle. All three of them live in different situations, and how they come together is this story. So I'm gonna read the first chapter for you. So I finished part 1, which is Vienna's part. I'm on Akshara's part, and I just did a few pages on it today. So this first chapter, it may take me just minutes to read, but it actually took me a few hours to write it. Oh my gosh, did you see what happened to Emmanuel? He literally froze on stage last night, said Mara. Yeah, his face got so red, it looked like a tomato, said Maddie. For starters, my name is Vienna Adams, and my family is one of the richest families in Los Angeles. My father, Jacob Adams, is a very big businessman here in LA. Daddy's the owner of a big company called Freda, which is one of the biggest chip brands here in the whole world. My mother, Cassima Adams, is the CEO of a big shot makeup company called Lenrove. I have no siblings, but I wish I did. But I do have 2 best friends and many followers online and offline to make up for it. First, I have Maura Tyson. I've known her since kindergarten, and we have been friends since. Next is Madison Schumer, who only became our best friend 5 years ago, since 3rd grade, but that's fine. I go to this really expensive private school called St. George's K-12 Christian Academy. It's a Catholic school, so we have nuns and strict teachers and all that stuff. You may think that my parents are all fun and games, but that's not the case. Although they are all fun and games most times, they are very religious and follow a strict schedule. On Fridays, I do Bible study with my own private priest, and we go to church on Sundays. We also do Lent as well, but that's really it. I do gymnastics and play volleyball on the 8th grade team. My coach says I played so well that she'd recommend me to play on the school team, which is unfortunately only for 9th to 12th graders. I am Austrian American, and since Daddy grew up in Vienna, he named me after his city. I actually love my name. It sounds pretty cool. Mara sometimes says she wants to be named after a city like London or Paris. Well, I guess I should get back to the story. So that was actually the first chapter. It wasn't all that long, though. I mean, I tried to make it long, but short at the same time. I can actually read the second chapter too. I can probably read the second chapter, yeah. Alright, scholars, open up your arithmetic textbooks to page 36, side A, said Sister Mary. Here at St. George, all the staff members use very sophisticated language, but that's not the biggest problem, though. They also expect us to use the same kind of language after you finish the grades in the West Wing. The grades in the West Wing are kindergarten, first, and second. The third, fourth, and fifth grades are in the South Wing. I'm in the East Wing along with the sixth, and seventh graders. Lastly, the ninth, 10th, and 11th graders are in the North Wing. The 12th graders are all part of this dormitory project that basically introduces them to college life, so they basically have to live on campus for the whole year, but get to go home for breaks and stuff. They get a whole other building to themselves. The only difference is that the students here get provided the food, whereas in college they have to watch YouTube videos to make their own food. Vienna. Oh, I'm sorry, sister. I think I fell into my deep thinking pit there for a second. Vienna, Vienna, I can't talk today. Vienna, you shouldn't be thinking about other things other than arithmetic in this class. We have detention with Mother Caroline in 5 minutes, said Sister Mary. Ugh, I hate arithmetic. I wish I had Sister Jane as my teacher because everybody says that she's like the nicest teacher. Also because Mara and Maddie are in our class. Vienna, clock is ticking. We only have 2 minutes. I gathered my stuff and headed out the door. But there is one advantage to going to detention. Arithmetic B, which is my class, is in the East Wing, which is pretty far from Mother Caroline's office, which is in the West Wing. She puts it in the West Wing so then she can patrol the little kids to see if they're spitting on the ground and other people are licking it up on the humor. On my way to the West Wing, there is an art gallery that holds paintings from every country of the world. Said that the founder of this academy, George Fruton IV, traveled around the world just to get paintings from each country to decorate this enormous hallway so his students can admire art from all around the world. I love walking through this hallway as it gives me the feeling of going around the world. So, what brings you here, Vienna Adams? Says Mother Caroline. Well, during arithmetic, I was thinking of something oh so very seriously that I didn't even realize that Sister Mary had asked me something. When I gave her my explanation as to why I didn't answer her question, she sent me here. Well, was your explanation ridiculous and crazy? No, ma'am. I only spoke the truth. Let's look at your records of the past few months. She opened a big book that has all of the disciplinary records. I can't talk, as I told you already, of all the kids in my grade. Vienna Adams. Nothing major. I have a question. Yes. What is it? She asked, peering over her glasses. This was my chance. I was going to ask Mother Caroline something I had always wanted to ask. Well, that was chapter 2 for you. So that was chapter 2 for you. I'll read the next 2 chapters in my next video. I'm on I don't know what chapter I am on. I think I'm on my 11th chapter and my first chapter of Akshara. So I'm gonna read the first chapter of Akshara. Well, I'm gonna read the introduction part, not the meat part. For starters, my name is Akshara Paul. My family and I just moved to New York from Chennai 6 months ago. My father, Dave Paul, is a software engineer. He was transferred from India because of his good skills. We are just a normal middle-class family. I have a mother named Kirtana Paul who worked for the New York Times. I have a brother named Aditya Paul. He is 9 years old and goes to the intermediate school in the school district. I'm 13 years old and I go to Jefferson Middle School. My mother is from Chennai, whereas my father is from Mumbai. We lived in Mumbai until I was 6 and then moved to Chennai. After that, now we are here in New York. So let me tell you all about my life back in Chennai. Ice cream! Ice cream! Bustling streets full of motorbikes, traffic, and pollution. I love everything about Chennai, excluding the pollution, of course. We lived in a big apartment complex, bigger than the one we live in New York, with the city just 5 miles away, the metro just 2 miles away, and the airport 15 miles away. There were many children in our complex. All of our children were in little groups like me. In our group, it was Suhana Reddy, Mariana Prakash, Varsha Ganesh, Ananya Zinta, Raya D. Cruz, and me. We call ourselves some more as because we put our first initials together. We are all in the same class and were born in the same month, May. All of us also have parents from two different parts of India. I am a Marathi Tamilian, Suhana is a Telugu Tamilian, Mariana is a Portuguese Tamilian. Her mother is from Goa. Varsha is Kannada Tamilian. Ananya is a Bengali Tamilian, and Raya is a French Tamilian. Her father is from Puducherry. I was living the life, but there was one odd thing about me. I had inherited my light skin from my father, my brown eyes from my mom. But I had one thing that was off. I need to change that to brunette. I had brunette hair. Both of my parents had complete black hair, whereas I had brunette hair. To try to blend in, I would dye my hair every 2 weeks. But once I came to America, I felt like I belonged here more. I felt like my body belonged in the US while my heart belonged in India. That was just the introduction. There's more meat part down there. So, and I don't want to get to the meat part. Well, this chapter is about how she came to New York, so I guess I'll read that. The day when we figured out that we were moving, the sunflowers were staying over at Raya's house. We had some authentic French food and watched a movie. That day, Adi knocked on Aditya, that's her brother, knocked on Mrs. De Cruz's door like someone was dying. Oh, hi, Adi, what do you want? She said when she opened the door. Amma means mommy and in town. Amma called Shara home. She and Papa need to talk to her about something. It's an emergency. Okay, Shara, Adi's here. He says it's an emergency. Coming. I got up and walked to the door. I didn't get to write anything after that. But if you do have any other ideas, I would suggest you post them in the comments. Suggestions are they're accepted. In case you don't want to put your comments and you want them to be private, you can email me at thehappygamer3359. I will leave it in the link description. I will leave the link in the description below, so you can email. This video is this video that I made after so long. So hope you all watched this. I hope you spread the word and make sure to like, subscribe, push notifications to get notified of new uploads. Bye.